My name is Saud Ahmed, roll number 40, for the seminar presentation in HRDC MMTTC BAMU 13 Faculty Induction Program. The topic of seminar presentation is learning style. So first of all, I will discuss what is a learning style. Learning style is described as a group of characteristics, attitudes, and behaviors that define our way of learning. We can simply define this different approaches or ways of learning. There are many models of learning styles in education. In 1987, Neil Fleming, a high school and university teacher from New Zealand, developed the most widely used learning style model known as VAC, Visual Auditory Kinetics. Years later, added a fourth style. The acronym changed to WARC. The visual learner tends to observe things, pictures, demonstration, films, etc. in order to improve his or her level of knowledge. Some common visual learning strategies include creating graphics, organizers, diagramming, flowcharts, line mapping, outlining, and more. Visual learning through seeing. Need to see the teacher's body language and facial expression, which is highly beneficial for the students in order to get the things from the class smoothly. Tend to prefer sitting at the front of classroom. May think in pictures and learn best from the visual displays. Prefer to take detailed notes during lectures or classroom discussion to observe the information. And second is, how does visual learning help students? Helps clarify thoughts, see how ideas are connected, realizing how information can be grouped and organized. Visual learning helps students organize and analyze information. Students use diagrams and plot to display large amount of information in ways that are easy to understand and help reveal information and patterns. Integrate new knowledge. Students better remember information when represent and learn both visually and verbally. Think critically. The four most important things. Think critically. Link verbal and visual information. Help make connections, understand relation, and recall related details. The VAC models auditory. Auditory learners learn by hearing. Prefer to have information spoken. Can observe a lecture with little effort. May not need careful notes to learn. Often avoid eye contact in order to concentrate. May read loud to themselves, like background music when they study. Learn through listening. Learn is the best verbal lectures, discussions, talking through and listening to what others have to say. Interpret the underlying meaning of speech through listening to tone of voice, pitch, speed, and other nuances. Prefer directions given orally. Seldom takes notes or writes things down. Prefer lectures to reading assignment. Often repeat what has just been said. Talk to self. Often benefits from the reading text aloud and using a tape recorder. Sit where they can hear but need to pay full attention to what is happening in front of you. Hum or talk to himself, herself, or others when bored. Acquire knowledge by reading aloud. Remember by verbalizing. Listen to themselves if they don't have difficulty reading maps or diagrams or handling conceptual assignment like mathematics. The VAC models kinesthetic do it. Kinesthetic do it means tackle kinesthetic person, learn best through a hands-on approach, actively exploring the physical world around them. They may find it hard to sit still for a long period and may become distracted by their needs for the activity and exploration. Kinesthetic learner. What is kinesthetic learner? In this manner, we can go for certain points which are given following. Try things out, touch feet, and manipulate objects. Body tension is good indication for the emotions. They gesture when speaking or poor listeners, stand very close when speaking or listening, and quickly lose internet in the long discourse. Remember best what has been done, not what they have seen or talked about. Prefer direct involvement in what they are learning. They are distractible and find it difficult to pay attention to auditory or visible presentation. rarely and avoid readers who are bored, basically who are very active in reading and communications. They may fidget frequently while handling a book. Often poor spellers, they need to write down words to determine if they feel right. Characteristic of kinesthetic learners. Number one is walk while studying, move and lecture to walls. Do things as you say them. Practice by repeating motions. Dance as you study. Write words, use crayons, pens, pencils to see they feel right. When memorizing, use finger to write on table on air. Associate feeling with information. Stretch. Characteristics of kinesthetic learners. In other words, we can say write a marker board in order to use gross muscles movement. Use the computer. Hand-on activities with objects that can be touched. Study in short time periods. Get up and walk around in between. Make study tools to hold. Use flashcard. Separate into know and don't know piles. Use plastic letters and magnetic boards for new vocabulary. Write and rewrite the commit memory. The WAC model read-write learning styles. To read-write learning style was added to Fleming model after the initial three reasons. Number one, read-write learners specially learns best through the written words. They observe information by reading books and handouts, taking lots of notes, sometimes word for word, and making lists. They prefer lectures, diagrams, pictures, chart, and scientific concept to explain using written language. They are often fast readers and skillful writers. Similar to the visual learners, read-write learners may struggle with the verbal directions and are easily distracted by noise. Some may be quiet and struggle to detect body language and other social issues. In conclusion, last but not the least, my presentation is based on, and my presentation conclusion is, each student learns differently at different rates using different